This week, I eat my words as Din Djarin's helmet is explained. I'm Brian Carey, and this is Cannonballs, a comedy podcast where we discuss the plot of all the Star Wars media that Disney has deemed canon, including books, comics, TV, and movies. I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts, Matt Martirosian, Aaron Laramie, and Wesley. Long live the Empire, Isaac.
Pull up! All craft, pull up!
It's a trap!
You did?
We are,
Yeah, I did.
We're live, boys. I nearly fucked up the intro. It just had to pause.
No, you
since I
nailed
left
it.
Tudor's-
You nailed
Tudor's
it.
name. That's what happens when you copy paste.
I love paste.
Welcome. I heard you say you watched the episode, Wes.
I did.
Did you watch?
I thought he misspoke.
You're lucky. No, you're lucky because it was like third on my list of things to watch Friday night.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, I got home and I was like, I watched the entire Queen's Gambit series and it was very average. So if you guys are interested in watching a show about chess and Russians, and
Chess
you're like,
and
I think you're saying
no,
Chechen.
yeah, sure, Chechen Russians.
I don't-
It's incredibly average. And then I was like, new Bob's Burgers came out, so that's gonna take precedence.
of course,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
And then I ran out of things to watch, and I was still awake, and I was like, I might as well throw this garbage on.
So did
So
did you skip
it was
the
30
second
minutes this
episode?
time.
What? One more time, Brian?
Did you skip the second episode or?
No, I watched both of them. I got to see Frog Lady, and then after I jacked off, I watched the episode, the next one
It was
with
the hot tub scene, right?
It's a side boob.
I kept watching it over and over again. I still don't. I agree though. You know, it's always fun when I don't watch the episode and you guys explain it, and then I watch the episode and I'm like, yeah, wait a minute, they're right. This is.
Wait a minute, she's hotter than I expected.
Yeah.
I'm
Wes,
like,
how did you
hold
jerk
on.
off? Did you just start laying eggs?
Frog lady kind of thick.
I was like, yo, Frog Lady's looking good and doesn't speak my language. Damn,
Yeah, even better.
very nice.
So, you guys are matching this week? Yard goats?
Yard goes.
You know, it was like we had a telepathic connection where we were just like,
Yeah.
we're going to show up on this stream with yard goats.
For a
Apparently.
while, I was like, Marty's all right, I guess. But like, ever since we started doing this podcast, I'm like, maybe we should be like best friends.
It was
don't know.
a brother's moment.
And I was like,
We're like this
I'm
close
like,
to our parents getting married and Wes and I having a bunk bed secured by a giant pencil.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
So
I wonder
Sounds like
what
a
Steph
good
would
time to me. Which one?
Your mom.
I think she'd like it.
Marty, the perfect son.
Marty is the perfect son, man. Marty's. I don't know. I was like, you guys are gonna have Marty on the show. I was like, yeah, he's all right. And then he showed up and he's like, so let's talk about baseball the whole time. And I was like, yeah, all right.
I did my scouting report.
Exciting, not one of our listeners.
I'm
That's
here to
what
hear
the
about
people
Star
are.
Wars.
They're like Mookie Betts. Nope.
Speaking of listeners, Aaron, you were almost right, and I think you owe us a shot. You told us Wednesday it'll be at 60 by the time we air on
Oh shit! Did I win
on
this?
Sunday.
I was
We're
saying,
at-
but there was no bet made. Wes mumbled about it, and then there was no like
Excuse
legitimate
me?
conversation.
Wes bet that I think I bet. Didn't I bet a Jaeger bomb?
I think you did. We're at 58 views.
I would love to listen back to the podcast and see if there was a legitimate bet agreed upon.
That's the best thing is that it's all recorded.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
exactly.
I
Go
haven't
back
watched us
and-
play play Battle for Bikini. I almost called it SpongeBalls. I haven't watched it play Battle for Bikini Bottom yet, but when I watch it back, I will let you know what the bet was made. I guess no shots.
If there was an official bet, I will do a shot, but I don't think there was an official bet made. Though, motherfucker, we better go back and watch that episode because we're gonna push it over those 60.
Oh yeah, no, I clicked on it just to look at the comments, and it went from 57 to 58. Aaron, I bet you could still save it by the end.
I don't
of the
think
show.
so.
Well, not, you know what? Pause it. We'll restart.
Yeah, exactly.
Aaron wins 61. I'd be like, that's impressive.
Yeah, congrats.
So we also have my world record speed run up on the channel at the moment. Only 15 views, which is more than I thought it would be. I thought we'd get
It should.
single digits.
Brian wants to get
Zero.
14 times back to get us to just kind of review himself, see what he needs to do, watch the tape.
You know, me play Last of Us 2, critically acclaimed video game, 2 views. Me play Pokemon Snap, 15. It's
How are you good at like Last of Us? Because I am horrible at like video games, so like I mean it would be just entertainment just watching me try to figure out like a puzzle in Star Wars Fallen Order for like.
Oh,
30
I watched
honest,
Brian
I thought I was
struggle.
just gonna get cheap views, but did not work. So I want to talk
you
to you
need like
guys.
range or something.
I want to talk to you guys about mozzarella sticks. All right.
Jesus Christ.
So
Okay.
firstly,
You know what? I have one problem with this. It feels like you're reading off something.
I'm actually just looking at OBS right now.
All right, if you say so.
I wanted
You're like, let's discuss mozzarella sticks. I'm like, you have a script that you wrote about mozzarella sticks? All right, bro.
No,
Well,
I actually just wrote
let's hear
the
it.
2 words mozzarella sticks. Discuss.
Oh man.
So now we're all off script.
All right.
So
All right,
one.
bro. What do you got?
Well, let's just say fried mozzarella. Stick form is the only form it should be in. Agreed? I hate bricks. I hate triangles.
You don't like
fry it in
mozzarella
any other
bricks?
shape.
I hate triangles. I do hate triangles. What's the other one? Squares?
Aaron
Do you
just
use
has no
squares?
opinion.
I would say I do. I'll let the other opinions come out.
Oh, Aaron must have.
Aaron
he must
feel
have
strongly.
the non. Yeah, the
Well, I don't-
non-popular opinion.
I got an idea. We just put it
Aaron
on
Levy.
Cannonball's Twitter account and get like the one vote that'll just decide what's the correct way to have mozzarella.
Two votes both say another answer. I'm like,
Yeah.
that really solved that one.
Yep.
Depends on the breading. Like if they're oily and gross, like I'd rather have it where it's square because then you get more cheese to your terrible breading ratio.
So
It's
you're
all about the
saying if it's
ratios.
bad, you want it a different shape.
Yes, if they're good, they should be in stick form. If they're bad, honestly, give me in any shape. I don't care.
I'm not sure you can be discriminatory. Like, I don't know.
Here we go. Oh, I'm very
Here we
excited.
go.
Oh, hey, if you don't want it, Wes, I won't say.
Oh, all I do
I
is
want
want
all
it.
of it, Aaron.
That's not the first time I've heard you say that, Brian.
Boo.
So honestly, the couple of times that I've been to like what I would consider a nice Italian restaurant and gotten some sort of like fried
Olive
cheese
Garden.
thing, it's exactly your Olive Gardens, your Bertucci's, your Fridays, all of those quality. No,
Wait, it's an Italian restaurant.
Your Ruby Tuesdays.
I don't know.
You
I don't
put
know if
TGA Fridays and like what?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know what I would consider TGI Fridays as a restaurant. Like I
It's
don't
just-
know what it would be.
it's member
It's just
berries, the
food.
restaurant.
It's just food.
The
What kind of food do you have? Edible.
Everything.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think I don't know. Most of like I said, most of the really nice places that I've been to and gotten some sort of like fried cheese thing, it's a square and then they'll put like a sauce over it. But then the breading and stuff is good enough that like I don't know, it doesn't like lose texture, like it's not like soggy or anything, which I feel like would be sort of your biggest like anti larger shape argument. I don't know.
I just like
you
to
just have
pick
to
them up
edit it
and
with a
dip
Guy
them in.
Fieri look right now because he's that was an in-depth review of mozzarella sticks.
So funny story. I can't eat mozzarella sticks in front of my mother.
That is funny.
Aaron West, you guys know her fairly well. So when I was young, there must have been some news story about some kid choking on like the cheese of the mozzarella stick because
It's possible.
Yeah.
it like stretches down the throat if you don't bite it off. So from a very
you gotta
young
eat it
age,
good.
You know what doesn't happen with square mozzarella? That.
Yeah, you gotta pitch that to my mom.
Yeah,
Call your mom right now. Yeah.
So basically, from a young age, she'd always monitor me eating mozzarella sticks, just like, oh, not too big of a bite, Brian. And like, even to this day, like
That's
if
fair.
I ate a
She
mozzarella stick,
doesn't trust
she's
you.
just like, careful now, careful
Yeah.
with that mozzarella stick.
No, that's awesome though. I honestly, now my dream is to take you and your mom to a fancy Italian restaurant.
Just eat
This is
mozzarella
just
sticks.
because I love you guys. I'm gonna order a bunch of mozzarella sticks. Anybody
TGI
else want
Fridays.
something? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you guys to a nice Italian restaurant like a TGI Fridays, and we'll get mozzarella sticks and a bucket of ribs.
But,
It'll be a
like,
great dinner.
That is
do you
a
think
that is
the
a
kid died from the news story? Like, who
Like the
died
news
from
story killed
mozzarella
him, or
stick?
he actually died?
he died from embarrassment from the news story.
I choked on a raisin once as a child. Then the fire department came.
That's what I'm saying. So I think
How big is your throat, Marty?
was she Marty's throat
Yeah,
is
I have a problem with I choked on a raisin as a child.
but I guess as a child.
5 years old, wasn't a fan of raisins. I think I ate a raisin. Next thing you know, I was just gagging and choking on it, and my aunt panicked and called the fire department.
She's like, no Heimlich for you. All the fire department.
Emergency! It's a raisin. They're like, we're gonna send a fire truck right away.
Yeah.
Like, thank God.
So, Brian, did your mom monitor you eating other like chokeable food? Like, when you were stuffing your face full of like grapes, was your mom like helicopter parenting around you to be sure,
No,
or just
oddly enough,
mozzarella?
I was able to eat pretty freely in my life. It was. It was. This,
I'm just curious.
no, that's a
Yeah,
fair
me too.
question. It was the stringiness of the mozzarella that really scared her.
That's fair.
The stringiness of the mozzarella. That is scary. I agree. Right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the scariest part of mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
So we do this show live on Twitch every Sunday at around 8.
Shit.
We're just fucking consistent. I don't even have to fuck around with the around 8 anymore. We do it at 8. Why not?
Ish.
It's at 8-ish.
Kind
Yeah,
of.
pretty much.
You know what? The hour says 8. The minutes might say something else, but the
first
hour says
number's
8
at
every
Good
time.
point.
Eastern
Yeah,
time.
the first
I don't
number's
know
always
where
8.
where our viewers are.
True.
They're probably
Where-
all mountain time. It's
Yeah,
just
where does
mountain
Donkey
people.
Flap live?
The mountains.
The mountains somewhere.
He's not trying to get reception.
Appalachia. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
certainly
everybody's
don't
out in
know
the mountains.
60 people who could have watched this past video, so they can't all be
That is
Hey, that's-
true.
people we know.
It's
I
kind of
noticed
horrifying.
we had another like subscriber too. I don't know.
Oh, look at Aaron.
Well, because I yeah. Well,
It's the haircut.
Yes. I went to the barber and just started taking people's phones.
Oh wait, is this our get the subs up? Go get
Yeah.
your haircut.
While other people were cutting hairs, yeah, everybody sets their phone down, and I just was walking around taking people's phones and yeah, just
smart.
subscribing.
In this
Yeah, you know what
climate,
you should
Aaron,
do when
a lot
when
of
anybody's
people-
doing something with their hands, you just take their phone. Like people are peeing at the urinals, you just reach
dude,
into their pocket and
reach in
grab
their
their phone.
pocket.
That's a good idea, actually. We should get teachers and have them confiscate their students' phones.
I didn't know where you were going. I was like, we should get teachers, and when their students go to pee, they grab their phones.
Teachers
I'm like,
go in.
yeah. I'm like, that's not good.
Or
They stand
we
next to
replace
him at the
hall
urinal.
passes in high schools, and you just tell the kids you got to scan this QR code to go to the bathroom.
QR codes.
Tight get attention.
QR codes. I'll just put them at every urinal I ever see. Even if I'm not peeing, just if I see a urinal, I just stick it on
Just
there.
for
And I
a
put
good
it right.
time.
While someone else is peeing.
Yeah, I'm like, get out of the way. And you don't put it on the wall. You put it in the urinal so people aim their piss at
People
it,
pee
and
on
then
it.
they're like, oh, let's see what this is about. Because like,
Well-
yeah, You know how many times you go to a bathroom, there's writing and shit in the walls? Nobody cares about that. If I'm peeing and there's like a QR code in the urinal, I'm probably scanning it.
We have to do something where we make like little stickers that we stick, and then as you pee, it reveals the QR code, so you have to right? And then you're way more inclined to scan it, right? Yeah,
that might be the best idea, and it also is like a drug test. So if I'm like, I don't know how clean my piss is, it comes back and it's like it goes, now you got a QR code also drug free, and I'm like,
I think you're missing the mark here. As the STD of the internet, it should also be an STD test.
It should give you an STD.
Can you do that with piss? Is that how they test for STDs?
I mean,
it tells you you're pregnant.
Maybe a small amount of them. Pregnancy test.
Speaking of STDs.
Are you everything okay?
Oh, I was going to say, I was making a pregnancy joke.
Like
pregnancy is STD.
That's where I thought you were going with it. All right. Good one. I'm going to repeat it again in about 15 minutes. Everybody laugh.
I think it's good if you have to explain it after. That makes it good. When you have to.
Absolutely. That way everybody knows how smart you are.
Yeah. When you have to dumb it down. This is the joke here.
I'm like, oh shit, he's a genius.
So did I get you guys excited for this episode when I said
no?
Oh,
I'm tucked into my belt right now.
Like your shirt?
No.
I meant
That's
all
an
right.
Russian joke.
So I texted you
I don't
guys.
understand.
I'm like, hey, they may save this series just yet, and no, Marty was probably excited.
I loved it.
Well, I knew why Marty. Yeah, I had a feeling.
Man, yeah, it was a huge star boner.
Let's just hop into it. So we start out and Din Djarin's asleep at the wheel. We see more Frog Lady. We probably assumed we would, but you never know with this show what they're gonna do next.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to crash land on the planet Frog Lady wants to be taken to, and he's about to like fly into this dock, and the Mon Calamari there just like doesn't care. Like he's coming in so fast, and he's just like
he's coming in hot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally.
he must. Honestly, I want to do a spin-off about him and like why his life sucks so bad that he just wants to get smashed into by a spacecraft.
Game, though, it's on point. He had a very nice sweater on. In the rain, though, that's got to be sopping wet if you stand out in the rain that long.
That's one. That's one.
Oh, is that the word?
Oh yeah, sopping.
That's one, buddy. Sopping wet. All right.
So Din crashes into the little port, flies into the water. They crane him out, and I like the little line where he's like, "Oh, I can't fix it, but I can make it fly." It made me go, huh.
Yeah, that's a good little. Yeah, that's a breathing air out of my nose slowly joke. Like, yeah.
He said it, and I was like.
It's great content for the podcast.
For our audio listeners, we just lost
I
Wes.
kept watching it. No, they agree because they did the same thing. They were like,
Wes, I thought you were doing a Marty impression.
We lost Marty.
I didn't really know where I was going with it. Halfway through, I wanted to do a Marty impression. I'm like,
yeah.
Those are funny when I watch the YouTube videos back where I freeze out and I'm just standing there like that.
yeah, we're like, what do you think, Marty? You're like,
and I literally am going off in like a 20-minute rant. Nobody
like, yeah, because, Mookie Betts should have never left. And I'm just like, he's been gone for hours.
Yeah.
We'll go on without him. So shortly after they land, Frog Lady is reunited with, I named him Frogman.
Frogman.
Yeah,
nice.
in 2 seconds. Entire planet, and she finds him like that.
Yeah, he's just hanging out like we're at the landing pads all day and night, just like waiting for my Frog Lady. Just like he's just wandering around doing nothing of value. Doesn't have a job. I don't know where he had his. Where does his money come from? who's paying? And you just get paid for being a frog person? Like,
Are they
Maybe.
the only two? Because they're apparently those
They made it
eggs
seem
are
like
save the
that.
species. They're the
yeah,
only two frog people.
yeah, because that's what we need, more frog people. Maybe just let it die out.
Their reunion
that's
was cute, but I almost felt unearned because I didn't really care about Frog Lady.
Yeah, I thought it was more funny. Like
Yeah.
it seemed. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what the biggest issue with the frog people is they speak frog. So there's literally no character development. Like I'm like, I don't know anything about her personality. She's like,
God.
the whole time, and I'm like, that's great. But like she's like, and frog dude's like, and I'm like, all right, like this is great, like yay. I'm like, I don't know. Is he happy? Is he like, oh, I've missed you so much? Or is he like, finally the fucking eggs are here, you son of a bitch? Like, is he mean? I don't know. What's his personality like?
Is
I have
he
no idea.
abusive? Like,
Yeah,
so
like,
I
maybe.
don't understand.
He just slaps
I don't.
her.
Yeah.
You're like with the eggs, and he's got like 3 beers. He's drunk as shit. He's like, "Where are the eggs, bitch?" And backhands her, and I'm like,
He's like-
"Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
Frog
This
man,
One of these
episode's about
days,
domestic
shit.
violence. Get him
One of
good.
these days, straight to the moon. Like,
I'm like, "Oh
So-
shit!"
I don't
Frog
understand.
man's
Like,
domestically violent.
yeah, who makes the distinction between what alien languages they do translate and who's like they don't? Like, I feel like sometimes they're like, yeah, we'll throw subtitles up there, like you'll get the translation, and then this time they're like, we know you don't give a fuck about this, so we're just gonna pretend like their dialogue doesn't mean shit. It's just
Yeah.
frog voices, which there is a subtitle that's like, frog lady, croaking or whatever, but no actual like.
yeah,
They took the
distinct
time-
frog noise, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
They took the time to write that subtitle, but not to just be like, yeah, she's like, wow, I'm so happy to see you, or whatever.
I
You know?
can't wait
like
to have
you.
sex with you later.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope-
It could be
yeah,
anything.
please don't beat me. I'm sorry I'm late. Like whatever, Like
Let's
any
make
of those
more
would work.
eggs.
Fertilize these eggs, baby.
He just immediately starts jacking off into the canister of eggs.
Honestly, like I know that's probably not how it happened, but like he showed up and I'm like, he's just gonna totally jack off into that tank. He's gonna be standing over like, oh, I'm like, oh man.
Oh no.
I was like, I hope they don't show that scene.
Is that why you had to stop the episode, Wes, to go jerk off?
Just the thought of it.
Yeah, I had my own little drum that I had, and I filled it with fake eggs, and just was like, oh. And I was like, all right, let's see how this goes,
Wes's drum of fake eggs.
Yeah. We've all seen it.
Let's do a segment of what's. I'm gonna get a little drum of fake eggs, and they're gonna have like a little topic that we talk about every episode. I'm gonna pull one out. What's this drum of fake eggs? It's our new segment. No, you guys don't like it. It's okay.
No,
I
so
like
you're-
it a
and
lot.
you're
I'm
tagging
writing it
it.
down right
I
now. It's
actually
an
fuck
idea.
with it. It's like, what do you think of mozzarella sticks?
I pull it out and I'm like, how many times have you guys almost died eating raisins? Marty's like, hey,
That's
what?
me.
I'm the guy.
No, there is some. I've seen on podcasts. I've seen on podcasts where they just have a magic crate. And they just pull out some content.
They just got some eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, while the frog people are being reunited, WWE diva Sasha Banks is creeping in the corner with a hood over her head.
Yeah, and you can tell she's Sasha Banks because she looks exactly like Sasha Banks.
Yeah, because she didn't do any sort of makeup, hair
How about
change,
I go with
like almost
Sasha
like-
Banks?
Yeah, and then The Rock shows up.
Yeah,
And he's like, remember when I fought those pig guys in the ring? And I'm like, oh shit, I do.
The Rock would look scary in Mandalorian armor. He'd be fucking huge.
The Rock is like one of those Admiral Akbars.
He's the Mon Calamari.
Hear me out.
He was the guy in the cable knit sweater sopping wet.
No, I have a theory about that planet that all of those Admiral Akbar people, they're just his kids. Like he came back from the war just nailing calamari pussy. And-
Can you say that? Can we say that are we
can say
live?
it. We can say it.
that's yeah.
Can we
I
Too
know
many
that-
checks for
are we at the
swears in
point
the
where
first 30
algorithm doesn't
seconds.
matter anymore.
Can you use the line nailing calamari pussy on
I just want
on
to
our
title the
podcast?
video "Nailing Calamari
Jesus.
Pussy."
Yeah. For some reason, I feel like that's the dirtiest thing anyone said on the podcast.
Oh, that's got to be a Marty bug thing.
Oh my God.
Marty bug. Marty bugs are just dirty.
Yeah, don't incentivize me for that. You're going down.
Yeah, I agree. Let's not give Marty a reason to get Marty bugs.
Going deep into the Sarlacc pit for that one.
So I saw that.
I like it.
I saw that we were talking about The Rock and Sasha Banks. I saw John Cena was in the credits too, but I didn't see him.
Really?
Really?
No, guys. That's a
No,
joke.
okay,
You can't
okay.
see John
'Cause
Cena.
you can't.
I got it, Aaron. I'm not stupid. Oh man, I'm the smartest one here except Aaron. Yeah.
Jesus fucking
I'm gonna
Christ.
give that
Never
a
mind. Never mind.
When I choke on the reason,
Aaron's resigning.
I lost my ability.
I'm quitting the podcast.
John Cena's in it, but you couldn't see him. Everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh no way, really? Wow, interesting.
So they headed to the local pub, and they've got
I loved
this weird
Thank you, Wes.
shouter on tap hose hanging from the ceiling, and I thought,
I have a question about that.
Yes.
Like, what's to stop you from just squeezing it?
Yeah, I agree.
He's like, I'll take one chowder for the child and nothing for me because I wear a mask. And the guy's like, oh, all right. I was like, dude, you could have just squeezed the shower hose yourself. I've been like, huh? The guy would have been like, who served you this chowder? I'd be like, oh, the other guy. I already paid.
I have to say that chowder hose reminded me, and I don't know if I think Brian will be the only one that understands this, but you remember the Futurama episode where they go to the Slurm factory?
oh yeah,
And it's the queen
original party
friggin' like
worker.
whatever squirting the like out of her ass, and that's the slurm that they're all drinking. That's what I was thinking of. Is there's some
What is up
alien
there?
up there that they're just cranking like this goop out of
milking it.
Here's some chowder, like chowder with what in it? Like what? Just chowder.
Why was there a small octopus in the chowder?
Babies?
Because of the
I don't
big
know.
fucking
Dude.
weird thing in the roof that they're milking.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah,
clearly.
but like,
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
That part was a little bit confusing.
Yeah, filter your chowder out, man.
So
like,
all I was thinking is like, Wes and I used to close down some dive bars in our day. Wes and I very drunk there one night. Like, you won't drink directly from the chowder tap after we're like 6 Guinness in. Just sucking chowder from the hose.
dude, I would
Chowder from the hose.
honestly, man. I think we were born in a good time because like if that was our future, we'd be dead.
A good time for sucking chowder.
No, like if we could go to other planets, if there were chowder hoses, me and Brian would be like hammered, like, yo, dude, drink straight from the chowder hose. And we get kicked out of bars. Big
yeah.
fish people would kick our ass. It wouldn't be
They
good.
would.
We'd end up on a boat, and like his guy's like, I got 4 brothers, and they're all gonna try to steal your armor and kill you. And I'd be like, that's not good.
So was I the only person that watched him like go through all of that? And he relies far too often on just like the goodness of people. Like he's like, oh, all these
He's done
fuckers are
shit.
like sketchy. You know, they're all these like one-off like dock workers or whoever. You don't know who these fucking people are.
Yeah.
So he showed up, and the guy's like, I got information about the Jedi. He's like, all right, tell me. He goes, for $50. And he gives him the money. He goes, all right, go talk to Timothy. And he finds
Yeah.
He's like,
Timothy's
for
like,
$50.
oh. And Timothy's like, yeah, give me like $20. And he goes,
Yeah.
And
Like
he
you have
goes,
to help me on this mission. Then I'll
go
give you the
find,
information.
go find Terrence. And then
That sounds like doing that.
and they just go, and I'm like, dude, he's literally, they're just sending him to all of his buddies, and you're paying them all for nothing. He's like, oh, all right, thank you.
Yeah.
Go find Jonathan. He'll tell you about the Jedi. And he's like, makes sense to me. This is how it works. And I'm like,
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
such a loose connection. I wrote this down. So he talks to Amy Sedaris, who has an aunt friend who knows the frog lady, whose husband says to go to this bar to ask the bartender where the Mandalorians are.
Who the bartender knows, who might know someone who knows where a
And the
Jedi is, who might
Bartender
know
just
where
ends up getting him robbed.
They just happen to fall into them.
this is some weak ass shit right here.
Because I do think, like, I thought the episode was good, and fucking finally, I feel like we're progressing in, like, the main sort of storyline of, like, the series, like, what I think will be the through line of, like, the Darksaber and all that stuff, and we'll get to all that, but, like, finally, I feel like we're doing that, but there was definitely, again, some just tail chasing like bullshit that was happening. And I'm
The
kind
way
of
they
like,
got here was
Yeah,
suspect.
yeah,
You know what though? All in all, through the whole thing, it's the only redeeming quality of all the crazy stupidity that happens is that it really shows, like, in all the other Star Wars, any other Star Wars thing, there's the hero and he's smart and he's resourceful and he does shit. It's just like Din Djarin's like, I don't know.
I've got really strong metal covering my
He's
body.
like, I got a little bit of money and I'm dumb as fuck. And I'm like, he's like one of us. Like, if I was like, I gotta bring this small child to find Jedi, I'm like,
it's like if I had to save you.
I'm like, it's a story about the common man trying to become a hero. Because he gets a little bit of money and a little bit of armor. And if I had armor and money and I was like, bring this kid to the Jedi, I'd be like, ant person, like, what do you know? And he'd be like, hey, you give me 500 credits, maybe I'll get you in touch with a frog lady who doesn't speak your language. And I'm like, I have no leads. I'm confused as shit. Sounds good to me. And I give him the money and he's like, take the frog lady to this planet. And dude, he literally, they crash through the ice in the second and he's like, hopefully we don't die. Because that would be my answer. I'd be like,
He's like, time to take a nap. Hopefully we don't die.
yeah, he's like, nothing we can do about it now. It's gonna get cold as shit. Try to take a nap, because that would be me. That's all. I'm like, this is really resonating with me as a person. Because I'd be like, I got this cool ass ship, and I'm flying, and I crash in the ice. I'd be like, I have no idea. I'd be like, I got this little kid who might know magic. Can you do something? And he's like, I want to eat eggs. I'm like,
is this your guy?
all right. I'm like, okay.
If you're hungry.
I'm like, that is my card. I'm like, I have no idea. So he's like, try to sleep. Don't get too cold. Hopefully we don't die. I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's me. So I was like, this is great.
He's weirdly like paternal, but not like once. Like he'll just kind of hand the child off to people sometimes. Like the frog, but he's just like, yeah,
dude,
I gotta do
even
some shit.
speak their language.
I have a
He can't even communicate with them, and he's like, I got things to do. Watch this. And the frog, and he doesn't even know that they're like, they could be like, we can't watch him. We're gonna let him out as soon. And he's like, he's like, I'll be back soon. And they're like, and he's like, good enough.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, dude, what
He's
are
like,
you doing?
Yeah. Thanks, you too. Have a good one. Like, no, that's what we said.
They're like, yeah, we don't have the facilities to
What
watch
do you think
a small
English
alien
is called in
child.
Star Wars?
It's called Common?
I think he's right.
Basic.
Yeah.
No, it's called Basic.
I wish it was called 50 Cent.
I was gonna say kind of cover the rap.
Yeah, I'm almost certain it's called Basic.
Fucking Marty. I'm so mad that me and Marty are best friends.
I'm so mad.
Fucking, I hate this shit. God damn it, Marty.
So,
Top 5 comments.
The bartender says, yeah, I know where some Mandalorians are. Just go hang out with this guy and his brothers on this fishing boat.
Phil Commons.
Phil Collins.
Common room.
Phil Collins.
Tommy Brown.
Yeah, Phil Collins.
You'll be in my heart.
I'm like, is that Phil Commons? Boston Commons.
I said that, you bastard.
Common denominator.
Yeah, I know. Commons denominator.
Common the rapper.
There we go.
Commons.
I think it's fine.
Good enough. Good job.
Good work.
Good job, everybody. Yeah, these fishing people are totally legit. They probably have like $3 and they go fishing all the time and they all look like squid people, but let's go hang out with them.
They're like, hey, you want to watch this? I didn't write down the name of the monster, but you want to watch this thing?
It's like Manticore, but it's like Malandrone.
Watch the
Melancholy. You want to watch the Melancholy? It's gonna eat all these fish. It's sopping wet down there.
Oh, that's 3.
What was 2?
I don't remember. I think I called the same guy sopping again.
Nice. Very nice.
So yeah, they lean in to watch this thing eat and knock Baby Yoda into its mouth.
I thought that was it for Baby Yoda. I was like, well, that's it. End of the series.
That's how they ended it.
Again, Baby Yoda. They're like, hey, the child's gonna like this. Come closer. I'm like, yeah. Like, Baby Yoda's gonna be like, wow, this fucking creature eating all this fish is gonna be awesome. Like, just suspicious. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Let me lean over. Like,
he's not smart, which is perfect because if I was out on a ship with like 4 tentacle brothers. And they were like, dude, you want to check out like that? I got like an aquarium. So like Shamu's going to come out and she's going to do flips. I'm like, oh, can I bring the child to watch? And they'd be like, yeah, we would prefer it. And I'm like,
we're in the flash zone.
And I I'm like, oh my God. All right, get your blanket. We're in this. You don't want to be sopping wet.
Yeah, there you go.
They just knock the child into his mouth. I'm like, oh, what happened? And then they knock me into it. I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? Like that's me. Like I have no I'd be like, oh, why is the child in the thing getting eaten? They'd be like, dude, we're fucking robbing you. And I'd be like, oh, fuck. And they knock me into it. I'm like, I've been fooled.
So Din dives in after him, and they close the gates to let him get eaten. But thankfully, Sasha Banks, Bo-Katan, and third Mandalorian shows up to save them.
And other guy.
So, Marty, did you recognize it as Bo-Katan right away?
Absolutely. That mask is a dead giveaway.
Yeah, it's got the cool little tribal-y thing on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Aaron?
Oh, well, no, you got it right. Fun fact.
Katie Sackhoff is the voice of Bo-Katan in Clone Wars, so she got to voice her in Clone Wars and play her in Mandalorian.
That's just
that's definitely an Aaron Buck right there.
That is an Aaron Buck. That is an Aaron Buck. Oh no!
that like Mandalore style helmet is way cooler. The sort of like Y shape. It's a little like waspy or something. I don't know like how to describe it, but it's definitely I like it a lot more than just the general like T that they get.
I agree.
Yeah, and it's like more stylized, more royal it seems, but in this
it's a little sharper.
Minute and a half, they fully explain the whole helmet thing and tell me to go fuck myself.
It makes right? I needed that because all of this time I was like, he can take his helmet off. We've seen them all take their helmet off.
He's the only one that's just insane.
Marty, you want to give us a little Death Watch background?
You know I got this. So Bo-Katan is the sister of Duchess Satine. Duchess Satine was the ruler of Mandalore during the Clone Wars. But Bo-Katan, like Duchess, her sister was like we're not going to fight anyone. We're like Switzerland. And she's like, and Bo-Katan's like, we're Mandalorians. Like we fight. That's what we do. So she was kind of rebellious and she started Death Watch with this guy, Pre Vizsla. And Vizsla, if you remember, they're the ones who own the Darksaber. Like the Darksaber's in their family. So he had the Darksaber and they're Death Watch. And then eventually they take over Mandalore with the help of Darth Maul. So, and then they realize, oh shit, that's not a good idea because Darth Maul's kind of a dick. And Darth Maul ends up killing Pre Vizsla, takes the Darksaber, and then so Bo-Katan's like, fuck, we need to do something to kind of stop Darth Maul right now. So she gets the help of Ahsoka Tano, and they eventually like try and take back Mandalore. So yeah, basically, and she eventually in Rebels she ends up getting the Darksaber and ends up like uniting all the Mandalorians. But that whole thing kind of breaks off the Mandalorians into like 3 separate groups. You have the Night Owls, which is what Bo-Katan is. You have whatever the other guy is. He's just like, he's the cult guy. And then there's Mandalorians, who are the Mandalorians who decide to side with Darth Maul.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can we should just put Marty? We should just put Marty. Yeah, I love that.
No, they're Mandalorians.
Marty should just be in charge.
I agree. So
you can see this was when she was introduced. It was peak boater status for me.
Just like when I saw Frog Lady.
Yeah, when West saw Frog Lady and jacked off, I had to pause the episode.
Looking, I don't blame you.
Sack.
So Din sees them take off their helmets, and it shatters his world. He's like, "Where the hell did you get that armor?" And immediately
they're like, bro, you gotta calm down. Like,
Immediately
you're just
Bo-Katan,
so fucking
like-
fanatical.
Marty, I'd imagine anyone who lived on Mandalore would know who Bo-Katan is.
Yes, sister of the ruler. Yes.
She's immediately like, "Oh fuck, it's one of these guys."
We got one of you clowns.
Yeah. So she explains to him that, hey, you were founded by some fucking zealots, and yeah, you're allowed to take off your helmet, you crazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, maybe calm down.
Dude, her sassy, and maybe she didn't do it quite yet, but she threw out that little "this is the way" right in his
That was
face.
my favorite.
Yeah, that was cheeky.
He's like, you altered the deal, and she's like, this is the way.
And then she kind of was like, well, and I'm like,
She's a badass.
I like how we're rooting against the main character.
Oh, totally, dude. Bo-Katan is so much cooler than Mando.
It just makes it seem so relatable because, like, I'd be like, I'm Old Testament, and they'd be like, dude, no, and I'd be like, you know, like,
This is the
the
Quran.
gays
they're like, God's way
problem,
more.
and they'd be like, dude, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, Old Testament, and then later on they'd be like, yeah, well, you know, it's the way.
They're actually like, yeah, God's
Oh,
more.
yeah.
It's
God's
not
more
even like
filled than
Mando
you
was
think.
born into it. He was just like, and he's
Oh,
so he's
yeah,
just like
else.
telling Bo-Katan, like, oh, you can't take off your helmet. It's like, bitch, you weren't even born into this thing.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's
You're
like,
a
bitch, you
fucking
ain't
little-
even
you're a little-
from Mandalore.
Yeah, you little foundling, bitch.
Yeah. Did you fight in the Siege of Mandalore? No, pussy ass.
You're too busy hiding. You were fucking hiding in a little
Also,
Yeah.
stellar thing,
You were
bitch.
hiding in a cellar with some sopping wet.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Keep it going.
I'm so excited.
I don't think it counts if you don't finish the sentence.
Yeah, good.
Stop sopping wet with nothing else. Like,
It's not stopping unless you finish.
Sure, because he didn't have armor.
There it is. Yeah. All right, stopping that shirt.
it's not sopping unless you finish. Oh,
we got a title for the
Oh my
episode
God,
this week.
That's the thing of this episode. It's not sopping.
I'm actually quitting this podcast.
oh, who's paying attention now, Aaron?
Not Marty.
I like to cite the source of that joke, Aaron Laramie, Cannonballs. Episode,
Yeah,
whatever
Cannonballs.
this is.
30 seconds before.
I
30
think this
seconds
is
ago.
episode
Timestamp
25.
it.
Yeah, whatever episode this is. Thanks, buddy. You should just whispered it to me behind me when
I
you
know.
sit
I
in
should have.
class.
Yeah, I should have been texting
And,
you. That was my mistake.
Yeah, I was waiting. I haven't seen anything come up on my phone, bro. Like, you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know the rules.
It's true. You're too busy in the Twitch.
It must be tough to be Wes's producer and on the podcast at the same time.
I write Wes's jokes and have to do my own. But I only
Aaron-
ever
Aaron-
have time to write Wes's.
Aaron is the best fluffer on the
Can you
entire
imagine Lord Michaels on Saturday Night Live has to actually act out his jokes?
Aaron's basically Lorne Michaels of the
sorry, buddy. I couldn't
That's
resist
all right.
that one.
That's okay.
It was so- it was
Marty's
so funny.
reaction made it so much better. that's what took it
It
over
was
the
just, it was so funny, and I was like, I don't really think they caught it.
No, I did not.
edge.
Yeah, go back and watch that one, Brian. You'll be like, Aaron,
You gotta get yourself a mic, buddy.
seconds before.
That'll be on the award show at the end. All the Aaron jokes were missed.
Oh man, yeah, top fucking Aaron jokes that were stolen by West during the entire season.
Oh man, that should be a superlative. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
So Din just immediately trusts them. He's just like, oh well, they say they're from Mandalore, they must be.
Yeah, they're
he
like,
kinda
you're
flies off.
crazy. You know what they did? They gave him the when Brian runs
He's mad at
his
them, you're
car
right.
into this. Yeah, when Brian runs his car into the side of a toll booth, they gave him the "you're crazy," and he was like, "Oh, I am crazy.
Yeah,
You're crazy."
He just flies off with his jetpack, and later they're like, "Let us buy you a drink," And
Well, so yeah, they ended up coming down. He got cornered by Squidly.
more brothers.
Yeah.
I was a little upset they blew up the Squidly's ship. I felt like killing all those people was enough.
That's a little malicious. Yeah.
I was like, wow. Like they're like,
Yeah.
hey, we're squid people. You probably shouldn't have trusted us in the first place because we're squid people and we want to take your armor
Wes
for money.
racist against squid people.
Oh, here we go. Because we're squid people. And he's like, you won't get my armor because my buddies are going to come like shoot you all. And I don't really know if all of them were dead. But later on, they just like fly off the ship. And then I'm like, oh, all right, they leave. And then the whole thing blows up. And I was like, oh, no, they're dead now. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, that dude was like, these are all my brothers. They're all murdered. And my family business is destroyed. I guess I'm going to have to. My only option is revenge. My only option is revenge.
The chips are down. I got nothing to lose.
He's like, you killed all 4 of my brothers and destroyed the only ship we owned because we're clearly poor.
Yeah, we're fishermen. Like,
Do you see the ship is like the Emperor's like ship? Like it's that broken down. Like the ship must have been destroyed and turned into a boat.
Oh no, I didn't notice.
Yeah, so like the one, you know what I mean?
Mardi.
The one that like goes that folds like a V and then like folds down.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you look at like the back of the ship, they had
It
a
looked
couple
like
of those.
that.
Like the AT-AT was the crane.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
I'll see
awesome.
that. Yeah,
I like that.
I like that.
It's
I
all
like
just
that.
repurposed.
It's like
Yep,
the tall
yep, so then-
R2D2 who drives.
Yeah,
the
it's like what do you do with all the fucking equipment after it's all been destroyed? Like
It's true.
I'm
dude.
like,
Yeah.
I always wondered, like, they make so, like, number one, where do you get all the metal and shit from? But that's whatever. And then number two, like, when it all gets blown up like that, it's half-assed. What do you do with it? You know, like, so that's
No,
good.
the
They're just
good
like, we're
metal's
just going to
used
use
for
it to pick
instruments on
ships
the
up
boot.
and make fishing boats. And I'm like, all right, that sounds good.
Alrighty, so
Yeah.
the Mandalorian. Yeah, Aaron.
Well, I was gonna say that.
people.
Yeah, the squad comes down. Yeah, they get. He gets
Squid people.
Like, he's like, "Oh, can I just walk through?" And they're like, "No, like you're clearly
The guy's like, dude,
misunderstanding."
you killed my whole family. I'm going to
Yeah.
try to kill you. And he's like, let me pass because
Yeah.
why
Excuse me.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, dude, this isn't like I assembled
Yeah.
the entire gang here tonight. Like,
Yeah.
you're in deep with the Squid Mafia right now. You don't know what
They're
you've
like-
done. 3 of those guys were made men. Joe Pesci got killed for less. So
Mando does not pick up on social cues very well. He's surrounded with guys, and they're like, they have crowbars, and they're like hitting him into their hands. He's like, "So, what are you guys up to?" Like,
he's like,
Hey,
do you guys know where I can find the Jedi?
You look a lot like all those brothers I just killed.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, I'll tell you for $50." Like, oh, okay.
And he's like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
The guy's like, go talk to Timothy.
Timothy.
So the Mandalorians they save Din from the other brothers. Who knows how many more there will be? The Squidbillies. And
Oh, that's a topical reference to a
That's
show
a
that nobody's
throwback,
ever
yeah.
seen. Who the fuck watched like, dude? It's
I
been,
did.
like
I actually have seen Squidbillies.
I feel like it was a shot and a miss. Like
it's such a
Squidbilly
bad
sounds fun
show.
as shit. It just
If-
sounds fun.
If you've ever
But I
woken up
feel
at
like it
2
did
in the
not-
morning with Adult Swim on, you've been watching Squidbillies.
I just feel like it never landed. You know, like
And
if
you've
you
seen
told me
Steve
there's
Brule.
squid, if you said there's squid hillbilly people, I'd be like, dude, that's gold. That's
That's a little
gold.
bit funny, yeah.
And then they do it. And I was like, yeah, not for me. I don't even know why. It was like bad timing, you know?
I just watched it when I went over to my neighbor's house. Like this was not. I didn't go home. and
Listen,
just,
no,
Is
my
my
like,
neighbor a
the
drug
DVR
dealer? Because I
Squidbillies.
only know drug dealers who like the show.
Yeah, I agree with that. If it came on, I'd be, you know what it is? It's like when you enter the Pokemon contests and you're like, oh, my Pokemon has a 5-star beauty rating, but somebody else uses it when all the judges are super excited. So like a clappy do, and then you use your move and they're like, we just saw that.
just
We're not
watched that
excited.
move.
We just watched that. We're not excited anymore. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
There goes my event badge.
Damn.
Yeah.
They should bring back contests.
Yeah, fuck battling. We should bring the contest back.
Yeah, I don't want to pick moves based
cute, cool, tough, beauty. Smart.
Yeah, I don't want to pick my moves based on their strengths and weaknesses. I want to pick them on how the judges view them, so I can win the contest.
How cute they are.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that move is cute as shit. I'm like, yeah, I only know
Tail
defense
whip
curl,
is like super
tail
overpowered.
Like solar beam. They're like, that's hilarious.
Like 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like,
All right,
you don't like
so
that shit.
the Mandalorians they save Din
Again.
and try to buy him a drink.
Again,
Correct, twice. Yeah, they're trying to recruit him, and they have had to save his ass twice in the first hour he's been on the planet.
Yeah, I'd be like, this dude is not even worth bringing on board.
Yeah, let him die. Take his best car.
Yeah, dude, take his best car, give it to a small child. They'll be better than he is.
Anyway, they ask him, why he's got this little green thing, and he says, "Oh, I'm trying to find some Jedi," and they all look at each other. Because Mandalorian in general, we're big fans of the Jedi. Is that right, Marty?
Yeah, I mean,
They like Ahsoka
the
Tano.
Duchess. So Bo-Katan's sister was banging Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hot.
Oh,
Obi-Wan has claimed he almost left the Jedi Order for her.
Is
yeah,
that-
everybody always thinks that Obi-Wan's so pure, but he's over here like,
he's just simping for
Most
fucking.
Jedi were fucking.
He says, Duchess, you my only one.
He's like, I'm leaving the Jedi Order. She's like, no, I'm good.
I like it, Marty. I like it. Hey, I'm your Obi-Wan. You my only one. Oh, that's fantastic.
So yeah, like it's a Bo-Katan is literally like a connection. Like she's next. She knows Obi-Wan. She knows Anakin. Like she knows all those guys. So she knows her Jedi. And let's just say Pedro Pascal knows 0 Jedi.
Yeah,
Does not know what they do.
He learns
Thinks they're all
the
like
word
magical
Jedi
wizards.
All he knows
He's like,
about
is there a Dumbledore around here?
He was today years old when he learned the word Jedi.
Yeah, guys, great segue. So you know how I finished the Millennium Falcon, right?
I do. Are you going to
Yeah,
show
that
us
was
it?
awesome.
Yeah, it's just kick ass, bro. So I found some other stuff on like that fake knockoff Chinese website, which is great. I'm going to use it again. But I don't know if you guys will be able to see this because I'm bad at phones. But this is the Harry Potter one. It's called called Justice Magician.
I can't see that.
I love it.
What's the little like byline under it? The little like thing under.
It's Chinese. I can't read it.
Oh, okay.
And then they have a Batman one instead of Arkham Asylum. It's Lunatic Hospital.
I love it.
That's
I was
amazing.
like,
so good.
how do you not buy Justice Magician and Lunatic Hospital toys?
How much
I'm like,
did,
hey, son.
How much did
What's
the
that?
Millennium Falcon run you?
Millennium Falcon was like $330 with the LED lights. The regular one, if you buy it without any lights at all, it's like $260.
And that's still 30% of what the Lego
I was gonna
actually
say-
costs.
The Lego one is $800.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not doing that.
That's like in college, there was a big day-long culture at Penn State. And what do you wear to day-longs?
A onesie?
Clothing.
Old NBA jerseys. So I bought a bunch from China for like $15. That would be like $90.
Hell yeah.
I'd love to hear the Brian Carey NBA
I remember
jersey
that.
lineup.
Oh, I had a Steph Curry jersey when everyone just thought he was a wimpy three-point shooter.
That's
What
awesome.
else did I have? I had
Smith
Clyde
Curry.
Drexler.
It's-
Dr.
wait, what
was
J,
it?
of course. Julius Erving.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
I had a Kevin Durant Supersonics jersey.
Chocolates?
That's a good one.
See, what's he selling?
You're selling what? Chocolates? No, I want to get a bunch of fucking. Honestly, dude, fake knockoff shit is way better than the regular shit.
Yeah, I got knockoff Legos and I built Fenway Park.
Yeah, I'll be honest. These days, I'm less.
Is that true?
Yeah, you want to see it? I'll show a picture. For
Yeah,
the
kinda.
people on-
I think it was called Funway Stadium, though.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
So it's cool, but there's no support
Fenway
system.
Park.
Yeah, there's no support system. You have to gorilla glue everything. the
That's
pieces.
right. That's how it goes,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
No, that's how it goes. This one, like some of the pieces make no sense. Like they don't really stick together, and I'm like, good thing I got this. I got this here crazy glue, so we're good, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Like, how are you gonna get mad? Like the best is when you read the reviews and people are like didn't really hold up too well. I'm like, dude, you saved like $500. Like, calm the fuck down. And get, you know what? Take the $500 and buy 3 things of fucking crazy glue and just glue that shit together. And I was like, I got it, and it came so fucked up. There's so many different bags and shit. And I was like, you know what? I will take the time out of my life to sort all this shit out because it's so cheap.
See, Wes, I think I know what your problem is. You're spending $500 for 3 things of crazy glue. That's too expensive. You need a better crazy glue guy.
my
buy the
issue is
crazy
that
glue from China.
I'm really good. I'm really good at discount toys, but I'm really bad at like in the States regular products. I'm like, is this a bar of soap? They're like, yeah, $300. I'm like, fuck, gotta get clean.
You're the
And they're like, all right. They're like, all right, we got cheaper soap. Go talk to Kyle. And I go over there and he's like, give me $50. I'll tell you where the better soap is. And I'm like, Kyle, you got me, bro. And he's like, oh,
in the
son of a
long
bitch.
run, it'll be worth the savings.
And I'm just doing that. I'm like, well, it's gonna be cheaper than the $500 soap I was gonna buy.
So Bo-Katan tells Din about this Imperial weapons shipment they want to steal. In exchange, she will tell him where he can find some Jedi. And
Again,
so,
still just taking people like what they're saying at face value
value.
after getting
least-
stabbed in the back like twice. He's like, no,
Yeah, but like
these
at least,
guys.
yeah.
Din Djarin, the biggest simp in the galaxy.
Oh man.
so he leaves Baby Yoda with the Frog family. I think we've gone enough
Dumbest
into
thing
that.
ever, dude. I thought that they were gonna just hand him over to the Empire. They're gonna be like, Moff Gideon, like, give him a call, and we're just gonna get him.
Frog lady speaks perfect basic. Hey, Moff Gideon, we got the baby.
Yeah, she just
You know how easy this was.
Bring, bring. He's like, yeah, I don't want to eat chicken. I just want to talk to Moff Gideon. And he's like, yeah, all right, I got the child. Just
Moff
just come on
Gideon's House
through.
of Chicken.
Meet me right behind Los Pollos Hermanos.
The chicken friends.
Yeah, that's why Moff Gideon always answers the phone. Yes, this is Moff. How may I help you? Like,
We'll get to it, but what about the hologram?
Moff's
At the end,
House
it's just
of
like
Chicken,
long
we are
live Los
chicken.
Pollos Hermanos.
yeah, what?
Oh man, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I got
that
so
line was
much.
cheesy. That was a
No,
little
the
too cheesy
whole
for me.
end of the episode, I have so many things I want to discuss, but we got to get there 1st
We'll get there. So they're trying to steal the Imperial weapon supply.
Yeah.
They all jetpack up there, beat up some guys.
That was pretty sweet. There was a nice little
I
shot
have a
of them
question.
flying up like onto the ship and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, what is one squad of stormtroopers look like? Because that seemed like way more than fucking one squad is.
Yeah, there's like it's only a squad.
best,
Like, what does that
at
mean?
best, like their best chance is that they have like 20 guys, and they show up and there's like 80 dudes, and I was like, that doesn't seem
Yeah.
accurate to me. I was like, that seems like too many for what they said. Like where are you getting your intel from? Is it the squid people? Because like I wouldn't trust them.
No.
Again, unreliable.
They're all Admiral Akbar's sons. Like,
So, of course, action's hard to describe, but the Mandalorians are mowing them down. The stormtroopers are actually landing some shots. It's just the best cars kind of just absorbing it.
Well,
Yeah.
stormtroopers aren't really stormtroopers anymore, right? Aren't they more just like defectors?
Yeah,
At this
I
point.
mean, once a stormtrooper, always a stormtrooper. You know, long live the
Yeah, but I
Empire.
feel like most of them are just like, we love the Empire because they gave us great deals on things.
we got a discount for our phones.
So they're making their way
Ooh.
through these series of doors, right? And
Yeah.
I guess they lock them into where the weapons cache is.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god.
That was so funny.
Oh,
Where'd you lock
I love
the
that shit where
cargo
he's like-
control area? What?
It's like,
And then just
where
open
did
the
you?
back door. That was great. That was great. I was like, that can't be good.
That's just some like played for comedic effect. They're just like, whoops, like
Yeah, the guy's like, we taught him a lesson. We locked him right in where all the heavy guns are kept. And they're like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah. Oh fuck.
So, there's the scene where fucking Mando or Din is like, cover me, and he just like charges like
with bombs. Where
Yeah,
he's
that was
like, these
odd.
are my bombs. And then just like lighting them up.
it's a
and he's like,
narrow
he's put on
the
corridor.
bombs.
It's a narrow corridor. What's he expecting?
Yeah.
My issue with that was he only got hit a few times, and he was like, two of them have heavy repeating blasters. So I was like, oh, he's gonna get lit up, and he's like, bing,
Yeah, he's
bing,
like,
and that's it. And I'm like, he only got shot like twice. I'm like, dude, those guys have like automatic like LMGs, and they're like, and he's like, serpentine, bitch.
Is
And they're
there
like,
no like
bing, and he's
stopping
like,
power?
that's my
to it, or-
shoulder. Yeah, I was like, dude, they should be lighting this bitch up. Like, what are they aiming at that point? There's a small corridor and one dude. I'm like, are you spraying for some reason? Like, I'd be like, oh, kill that guy. I'm like, that guy's a moron.
They were basically
didn't-
like these guys can't hit the side of a Beskar, so
Oh, I liked it. That was good. I'm
So
sad that I couldn't steal that
Bo-Katan
one.
tells Din they're trying to steal the ship, and Din's like, "Oh, you modified the deal." Bo-Katan gets him with the "This is the way, bitch."
Yeah, I have altered the
that
deal.
was nice.
Pray
That
I
was
do
my
not alter it
favorite.
any further.
yeah. That was one of my favorite parts of the episode. Like,
Oh,
that was definitely that was some sassy.
He's like,
Like
she
knows the
He's
thing.
like,
yeah,
yeah, he's like, deal's off. She's like,
I
all
thought
right.
this was the way.
Like,
You're
like,
not
but like
in
also,
yet.
yeah, but also like, yeah, but also like, where, fucking Marty, god damn it. But also, like, I've altered the deal, so he's like, oh, well, the deal's off. Like, where are you going, though? Because you pretty much helped them do everything. Or, like, why leave
Yeah.
now?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
at that point,
you got him on the
at
ropes.
that point, you've already taken all the, they're like, the only thing left is to take is the bridge. And he's like, well, I'm leaving. They're like, all right. Okay, bro.
I guess we
Like,
won't tell you where the Jedi are.
yeah. You're the one that loses. And he's like, I don't understand normal things. I'm a simple man. And I'm like, all right, that makes sense.
I'm telling you, he does not understand social cues of any kind. Like,
No, at that point, I've been like, yo, you win. You got me out here doing this fucked up shit. Let's take the bridge. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? We did everything else.
So there's a
The only
early
people
hint
left.
Bo-Katan's looking for the dark saber. We flash to the bridge. We've got Gus from the Chicken Brothers on the phone. Tells him to kamikaze this bitch.
he's like, you know what to do, and he's like,
I really thought. So first off, right? So you got Lionel.
yeah.
Well, yeah. So like the whole scene, right? So you got Lionel sitting in there, and Lionel's like, "What should we do?" Lionel from Gone Baby Gone.
yeah,
No?
yeah.
Nobody.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's,
And I'm like,
he's a
man.
character actor in a bunch of stuff. I think that.
I'm like, I really hope he doesn't steal the small child and then the fake Matt Damon.
they did look a little bit like him.
Fake
Yeah.
Matt Damon? All right.
Yeah, Casey Affleck. Fake Matt Damon.
Casey Affleck's fake Matt Damon.
Yeah, absolutely. He's like, I'm from Boston, and where's the child? And he's like, I don't know. We didn't take the child. I don't. I told him, Remy. And Remy's like, I'm gonna shoot you, and that's the entire scene. But so I was like, the two little Weasley guys are gonna totally like just turn and be like, no, Lionel, we're gonna kill you. But he just like pulls a gun out and shoots them both. And I was like, dude, because like they were looking around the whole time, and he's like, you know what to do, and they're like looking at each other like, we
what
don't
does he
want
know
to
to
die. So I was like, oh man, these two dudes are like two like kids, and they're gonna be like, fuck the Empire, Lionel, and shoot them. But they had no point in the story because like they kept showing them, and they were like, they've taken everything but the bridge. And they're like looking at each other like, maybe we shouldn't die. And I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna like
Like-
turn on the Empire.
Oh,
You want to
no.
not die?
They definitely
he
knew
looked-
what was happening.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, this is the part where they're like, nah, bro, and they kill him instead. And instead they just sat there quietly and got murdered. And I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I guess their characters go nowhere. As much as they wanted to bring up random ass Patch, because I watched episode 2 and I watched the scene. I don't even remember the guy's name, but when he's like, yeah, remember you saved Tim Phillips.
Give me
On the,
Lieutenant Davin.
Jimothy.
Yeah. So, you should be under arrest, but Lieutenant Davin's life is safe because of you. So if that bullshit can stand, I was like, yo, these two nobodies to be a major part of the story in the future. They just get blindly murdered. I was like, no. I was like, I wanted to be watching season 6, and it's like, oh, the 2 guys that you saved on the bridge. Remember, they came back and they killed Gus, and I'm like, oh, the Chicken Man. The Chicken Man was killed by like. Little Timmy had the gun, and he's like, I don't know what's going on, but remember that time on the bridge, and you guys didn't kill me? I'm like, yeah, and nope, just gets.
You're like, what a callback! It's like 8 years later.
Dude, it seemed like they wanted I wanted just a crazy callback to that scene on the bridge, and I was like, this is it, because they're like, he's like, oh, you know what to do, and they're like looking at each other, like maybe we should. And the other guy's like, murdered that dude, and he's like, that's a great idea, and they get shot, and I was like, no.
Yeah, they're kind of like, what do you think he means? You know what to do. Like,
I was like, no. I was like, no, man.
We didn't go. We skipped that class.
Yeah.
Capstone class.
So,
I don't know what to do.
The Mandalorians, they saved the ship, right? And they're interrogating what's his face? And
Lionel.
They're interrogating Lionel. Bo-Katan wants to know where the Darksaber is. She's like, hey, does Gus from the Chicken Brothers have it? He's like, well, if you gotta ask, bitch. And then does a good Hail Hydra and bites the weird tablet in his tooth or something and offs himself.
I feel like that is totally. Imagine, like, I'm just eating ribs and I bite it by mistake. That shit is so unrealistic. Like, dude,
he just like he has it under his tongue like the whole time. I'm gonna fucking get him.
Maybe off camera he put it in his mouth, you know?
Yeah.
No.
Also, why did he tell himself? Why did he tell her that Moff Gideon has it?
Dude,
like,
once I
she was like,
where's
the Darksaber? Then kill yourself right there. Why?
Dude, no. Once I'm on the bridge and like the Mandalorians grab me and throw me back against the wall, I'm like, fuck you.
When I'm diving.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna give you like 3 minutes of conversation just to make it interesting.
Guys, we're gonna play 20 questions and
they're like, dude, we'll let you live, bro. And he's like, yeah, but
dude, fucking
it's way more interesting now. Yeah, absolutely. They're like, yeah, did you hear what he did that entire squadron that didn't have a sandwich on time? Oh, he murdered all of them.
They didn't. The season's gonna end with Hector Salamanca coming into the wheelchair, blowing up Gus Fring.
So I got a couple more notes. Bo-Katan tells Din where to find
impersonation.
Yeah.
Just pressing the button.
He doesn't have a bell. Yeah.
Classic Hector, right? I'm like, oh, this dude doesn't speak like.
Yeah. You realize he's the fucking main guy. He's the main.
It's like, crap, I gotta watch Breaking Bad because Sal is because
I'm just gonna let you guys play it out.
Man.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, by the end of this podcast, you are going to have seen all of Breaking Bad played out through us making references. We've almost done the entire show at this point.
It's like some of those classic movies you don't actually have to see.
Yeah,
so,
like
Aaron, go. You're the movie guy.
Like
classic movies you want to watch.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Citizen Kane.
But you get
everybody knows the story of Citizen Kane. Yeah.
So he's a guy. He likes newspapers, and then he's like,
snowballs.
I wish I had a sled.
Yeah.
End of movie. You just saved everyone 3 hours, Wes.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, everybody? Take those 3 hours and go buy knockoff Legos. It's worth it.
Crazy glue.
Go buy some glue. Yeah.
Go buy a bunch of crazy glue, knockoff Legos. It's worth it. Citizen Kane. He's like, look, I love media and I love newspapers. Oh my God, I wish I had a sled. I'm dying. The end. Citizen Kane.
So Bo-Katan tells Din where to find Ahsoka Tano, Marty
which
blows
is cool
his
because
load.
I know who that is.
Woo!
Yeah, I was like, is that like cocaine or?
No, that was my life-size penis. Pew!
So
I thought it was you putting cocaine in your. I was like,
Nope.
why? Why are you doing cocaine? Because
Soft. Pew!
Din
All right.
goes and picks up Baby Yoda from the
frog people.
frog
Frog
people.
couple.
That has
Maybe
been
we'll see
more
them
than
again
legit.
in the finale.
I bet you they come back and
The
kill everybody.
tadpole's gonna be like baby Groot. It's just playing on the Nintendo.
There was a tadpole in that little bowl.
Yeah,
right?
no, that's what I'm saying. The tadpole's
Yeah.
just
They're
gonna
like,
grow up
see,
and be like
Baby
a
Yoda,
teenager.
don't eat the eggs.
And he was definitely trying to eat them still.
I wish he did.
I was like, Baby Yoda's gonna eat the tadpole. Here it comes.
I appreciated the little scene where they're eating and what's her face is slurping the tentacle up into her mouth, like the fucking squid or whatever is like grabbing
Sasha
her
Banks.
face as she's eating. Yeah, Sasha
She's
Banks,
like-
and she's
Yeah, I
yeah,
was
she's
like,
enjoying that.
You do that again, Brian?
I know.
It's my Sasha
She
Banks
didn't.
impression.
She didn't enjoy
I'm
it
gonna,
that
I'm gonna
much.
screen capture that.
I don't know how.
Yeah, Aaron, can you go back in and, with your burner YouTube and just pin
Yeah.
that point?
Yeah, I'm gonna spank
You're right.
that one.
I don't know how I'm gonna have to watch the episode
We'll
over
put
and
that
over
one
again.
on our TikTok, just a side by side.
There it
Sasha
is.
Banks.
It's the noise for me, man.
Yeah, that's not forgetting me.
So Din, we find, is definitely racist against Mon Calamari because he's just like, fucking Mon Calamari, never trust them to fix a spaceship, and he blasts off. So
And he blasts off in his spaceship.
And his ship is all rickety and fucked up, and he's got the big net thing, and the little squid thing looks like it's gonna kill
Yep.
Baby Yoda, and he's like, "Glove save, bitch." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, is that Freddie Freeman, NL MVP winner?" And I was like, "No, it's not Freddie
It wasn't.
Freeman. It's
Yeah.
So Marty and
Din
I
Djarin.
have discussed this. Next episode, where do you think we're going, Aaron and Wes?
Tatooine.
That's not a bad guess.
the asteroids that once were Coruscant."
Okay.
Yeah.
What if I told you the director of next episode was Carl Weathers?
Oh God.
ESPN 30 for 30. What if I told you the next
What
episode
if
was
I-
directed by Carl Weathers? What if I
So-
told you Din Djarin couldn't figure out social
Vincent
cues?
Jar.
Yeah, wait.
ESPN 30 for 30. Vincent Jackson.
So yeah, Ahsoka. Did they actually say? Did they say what planet she was on, or are you saying you're
They said
speculating?
the
They-
planet,
no, they-
but,
they- yeah.
Basically,
Honestly-
my theory is Dave Filoni directs Episode 5, the creator of Clone Wars. They are
Yeah.
not going to give Carl Weathers the episode that puts live-action Ahsoka Tano on
Oh,
screen
no.
for the first time.
Oh,
I would
absolutely not.
They're going to give
I
it to
would
Dave
not-
Filoni, Episode 5.
Girlfriend, the Toronto.
Ahsoka won't be in an episode
It's
until the
you!
finale.
Everyone
I
hates
think
you,
that's
but
the
we love
theory,
you.
Aaron.
Yeah, she'll be the little hook in the finale that like they keep
Jedi,
pushing
everybody
her
hates you.
like. Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano, you're a Jedi and nobody knows you, but I do. It's me,
Yeah.
Carl Weathers. And I'm like, okay.
So Carl
now we're
Weathers
even.
episode, do you think we get an Even Stevens Grief Cargo origin story? What do we think's going on for the
Maybe.
Carl
Oh,
Weathers
man.
first episode?
Oh, absolutely. And he's gonna shake hands with someone just like full what was that movie? Arnold Schwarzenegger style where Predator.
Full House.
Predator, where they just like have that
Full House.
aggressive handshake. He's gonna
Yeah.
bring that back.
It's Jingle All the Way.
So I like your theory. No Ahsoka Tano till season finale. Do you think we're gonna see more Bo-Katan, Aaron?
No.
Yeah, I think.
I think Wes is right.
No.
You think they're
Better.
just gone outright, or you're saying
Also,
until the
No
end
more
of the
fun.
season?
No
Here's
more
a-
fun.
here's
They
the new
want to
theory.
drag this out. No more fun.
The person we thought was Boba Fett is Rex from Clone Wars, the clone guy.
Wait,
Dude,
what do you
that'd
mean?
be-
Like that person on Tatooine was supposed to be Rex?
That's
No,
my new
that's a theory. That's a theory. That's a theory. That's a theory. Is that it's not Boba Fett. It's
That's
Rex.
my
I mean,
theory.
it could
It's
be.
not
It's a
actually
clone.
Boba Fett.
They all look the same.
It could just be a random clone.
This is Dave Filoni trying to make live action Clone Wars.
Dude, honestly though, like, but how great would that be? Like, nobody ever takes risks. You know, like, I would love it. I would love it if it was just
Yoda. And
Bo-Katan totally comes back though, because it's like she's in this plot. I mean, she's in on the Darksaber thing, so
we've got 5
episodes
left. One is
no.
by
She
Carl
comes
Weathers.
back.
Like with the Darksaber being such a big plot, and she obviously
we see her finale
is
with Ahsoka Tano, I say, or maybe episode before finale. I say we get one.
We are pretty
episode
far
max
from the
of
finale.
Bo-Katan.
I can agree with that, but it will be this season. She will be back this season.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
Yeah, maybe.
Moff Gideon, like you're going to get more Moff Gideon, and she knows that Moff Gideon has it. So, yeah,
I like that Moff Gideon has it, but he's like, I crashed my ship. What's the one thing that'll get me out of it? He's like, oh, let me use this Darksaber. I got tools. And I could just probably open the hatch, but like, I'm slicing my way out of this bitch.
and then I'll point it to the sky like I'm Luke Skywalker.
Has there been rumors of like who? Because I swear on Reddit, and maybe that's why I was thinking that there's going to be an Ahsoka like reference in this. But like last week or maybe the week before that, there were people saying that Rosario Dawson was like being looked at. But I don't know, is that speculative or are there like someone saw her like on set?
I think
she's literally casted. Yep. Oh, okay.
Is it like official? I know it's like
I know it was
all
a rumor,
but written down.
I think she already has the IMDb credit.
Nice.
One of the nerd shit I listen to is like it is Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, that's the only one I've heard.
I mean, she'll be good for that, like, because she looks like her, as much as she can, I guess.
So, update on the.
She looks like an alien creature.
Bet. Aaron, if you want to confirm it was a real bet, where when I went to pull up YouTube comments, we went from 57 to 62 views during this episode.
I'm only watching. I'm watching on Twitch, so I'm not like just spamming it or anything.
Wes, give us a Jaeger bomb.
Listen, guys, I will drink for anything. I have had 1, 2,
3,
4, 5, and this is my Cannonball Pilsner.
Hey,
that's right. Yeah, that's how we're marketing
for the show.
The official drink of the podcast.
I will drink for anything, but Aaron definitely owes me a drink at 58 at the start of the podcast. So.
I don't think that was agreed on. Hey,
I would say, did we specify? Was it before? Was it after?
Tune in Wednesday, and we might find out. So,
come on, man! Like, I'll drink for anything. You could be like, Wes, we're gonna drink because chickens, they look weird. I'd be like, oh, you guys, two yard goats people. Let's take a shot. I'd be like, okay.
We've got a few comments to go through. So, a perineum says Tom Brady is a system QB.
Ooh.
There you go, Aaron.
My issue with that is that fucking Bruce Arians is a garbage coach. And Tom Brady's still putting up decent numbers. So, I mean, listen, Tom Brady
they put up a fuckload of points this week.
No, they look good this week, but Tom Brady is definitely like reliant on how like he throws to spots. As a Pats fan for the last 27 years, Tom Brady is not like, let's make something work. He's like, you got to be here. If you're not here, I'm throwing it. I'm like,
oh yeah,
hey, what are you doing? There's nobody there. And he's like, that's where they should have been. And I'm like, that's a crazy way to play a sport. But I don't know if he's a system QB as much as he is like, he just runs plays down to the T of the plays where he's like, this is it. I think that Bruce Arians is trash. Much more so now that I'm actually like caring about Bruce Arians because like I guess
you're watching
Brady Brady has grown on me over the years. At the beginning, I was like, I'm not a big Brady guy, but now I'd like to see Brady succeed. But when Arians,
Wes, at what point were you not a big Brady guy?
Probably before the last Super Bowl.
between second and third championship. He had about a year. Or
Yeah,
so,
there was a
2
time
years.
where I think Belichick
I was not a-
became the
I
guy. Like it was always
I was
Belichick
not-
versus Brady.
No,
I think that's
I've never. Well, I've never been a big Brady guy.
We're
I
gonna
just,
debate your Brady guyness in the post show, I'd say.
That's fair. That's a good. You know what? Let's do that. It's gonna be a long conversation,
yeah.
and these people are here for Star Wars. Let's
That's
talk about
right.
Star Wars.
Speaking of Star Wars, Muffin Man and Peter Pan comments.
Ooh, both of them.
Brian has BDE. Wink face. Thank you.
Hey,
Muffin
definitely-
Frank's wanted
Brian,
to count himself.
it was nice of you to write that on your burner.
Man.
You know what's so
Oh,
funny?
did
is
Aaron
Brian,
just
I
steal a
think-
Marty joke?
Yeah, I think I texted him that. I'm like, is that Brian?
Look at Aaron.
I was like, I remember hearing that earlier.
One Aaron Laramie timestamps 54 seconds of the video. You guys won't be able to hear it, but
I did timestamp something.
Aaron, do you think it's worth
Under your
playing?
burner or under your
You
actual
don't
account?
have to play it. You don't have to play it. We'll get there.
Give me
We'll
your
do
impression
it.
of it
My impression,
Yeah,
like
what
an impression
happened
of what it is.
in the 21:06 to 22 minutes.
It's our Fred Armisen tangent. I don't know if you guys remember. You guys remember what I'm talking about?
I am a baby.
Yeah, yes, that is exactly what I
Oh,
fucking
Jesus
timestamped.
Christ!
So that'll be
That's
for the
terrifying.
end of season awards or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's
You know.
honestly, we have so much fun content that probably nobody else appreciates. But I love all this shit. Like, I wish that we could just. I mean, I guess in theory, I could rewatch all the episodes, but I'm hands down not doing that. But like, I think that it would be cool if I could get like all of my own personal highlights from all of you guys.
You want me to compile all of your personal highlights for you? Put it on your resume.
But like, I wouldn't be mad.
So, number one fan Donkey Flap comments not on the podcast, but our gameplay of the Pokemon Snap speedrun world record. He says Wesley, the king of needle sticks.
Needle licks?
Needle dick. Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait a minute.
He says needle sticks.
60.
Is that what you name your? Is that what you name your deck? Needle sticks?
No, I honestly, I wish I did. Yeah, I work in a compounding pharmacy, so every
I
now
named
and
mine
then there's-
Darksaber.
Oh, all right. I didn't know we were doing all this.
All right.
Yeah, so sometimes I stab myself with needles at work, and I
Marty.
bleed everywhere, and it's a whole thing. So like, yeah, okay.
So you're the king of needle sticks.
Marty,
I've
do
only
you,
had
have
like 3.
do you have a pigmentation problem, bud?
dark saber. That's good. I wish you would have said that, Aaron. You're supposed to text me that kind of.
I know,
joke,
sorry,
though.
sorry.
That's-
Anyone have a sign
All right,
off?
Lorne.
Oh, Lord. I don't.
I do.
I got one. I got one.
Wes
Oh,
has one.
Brian.
Oh, Wes has got
No,
one,
no,
too.
Brian.
Wes
If you
got
have one,
it
me to
might
do
be
it?
the same, but go ahead and set me up.
set you up.
Yeah, set me up.
As we always say on Cannonball's podcast, Brian.
It's not sopping unless you finish.
Hold up! All crap!